capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers. The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily. The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily. The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
Kimmy 65 is live. 07. We're back. All right. Drops have dropped. Okay, let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Drops are a go. I think there's going to be a pause once we get to 4.10. I think there's going to be a consensus of a pause across the community and CIG of, okay, will we see Nix at some point? I think that's the big ticket item. That we're kind of we're looking for and anticipating for sure. Nix. But you know what? I'm wondering in regards to Nix, will that simultaneously, well, will they simultaneously add a version of server meshing to go along with it? I think that may be the case. It would make sense. I think that would make sense of combining NICs and server a version or phase or quasi-determined piece of uh, server meshing to bring NICs into the main branch of the game. I'm curious about that. My gut tells me that that's where my gut is leaning towards that. In order to have a form of NICs, I think they'll need that technology, and I think, or I suspect that it may be on the next roadmap for what is it, 4.11? I've been wrong before, but I think that's the one thing we may not see coming is or CIG, you know, well, NICs and some form of server meshing to be released on the next new map update. I think we'll see it sooner than we think, as opposed to end of year. I think utilize that time to, if you can, get it into the live branch and close out the year with NICs as a part of the entire system. But I'm hearing rumors, or I may have heard somewhere that the Genesis tech is being used to update the entire game as far as land and, you know, planetary bodies and surfaces of, you know, the land itself, the planets, the moons, that being updated with Genesis. And I'm hearing rumors of, yeah, Genesis is pretty much wrapped up the entirety. I want to see that because I think because the way that technology works now, it's more procedural now, but it pulls from a massive library of game assets that was hand drawn and created. So now it's part of a framework or part of a logic. Can you imagine now, once they start really incorporating AI to be a part of that chain or that process for planetary development, and what that would look like? Because then they can pick and choose from who knows what number of procedurally generated and AI infused planetary bodies. That's going to be really mind blowing to know that they've utilized or found a way to have AI to help with that process, and then all of a sudden we're seeing planetary bodies of just, what is this? This is totally out of this world. Yeah. I think they have some surprises for us by end of the year. Even before that, a couple of surprises. Uh, so Siege of Orison, I'm kind of waiting for 4.10. I wanted to go live and kind of want to surprise myself a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. What is wrong with me, man? Oh, wow. I totally... Nope. I may be in Nick's. Pyro. Nope. It threw me right out. I went through the column. I went right through the column, man. That's insane. First for everything. Oh, wow. Got pulled right back. Oh my God. Oh, that was crazy. Oh boy. Second attempt. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my gosh, man. What is wrong with me? Let's go. Second time around. Wow, that was crazy. Riding the crest, riding the crest of the wave. Oh shit. Oh shoot. Man, I think something's changed a little bit with this. I read it out. Holy smokes, man. Hold up now. That was very interesting. What the hey? My gosh, man. My gosh. See if I can eyeball the landing pad. Oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, run some fuel. Top it off, just to make sure. All right. Pyro 5. Let's do some examining. No, examinations. Examinations. Do an examination. Oh, it's the largest planet. Higher balance of iron sulfide and fuego soil. Turn it a living shade of yellow black. Potential ship minables have festonite, azlerite, boraz, bexilite. Potential hand minables, aphrite, dolomite, and janelite. Potential harvestables, granted dung in caves, all of which the amioshi plague and blue moon fungus. Also, they're all harvestables in caves. So, that's not a healthy list here. Let me hold on. Hold on. Let's see. What are the other? Wait a minute, Fuego the moon. No, hold on. There you go, Pyro 5, first step. Okay, to find out. Almost there. What's Spectral? Like, Batter, Fuego, and Thero. I'm here. Let's drop down. All right. Let's see what's here, shall we? Re-entry burn. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. All right. Drop down. Oh, am I about to get a server? Oh, okay. Say no server errors happen, please. Almost Friday, people. Looking forward to it. The rendering looks hard. All right. It's been a long week this week. I'm really anticipating the weekend. Man, I don't know. I'm screaming. I am extremely tired, but I'm feeling great right now. But had a lot of work, so getting there. Glad that the portion of it is done. I noticed the drops happen. I said, okay, let's go for it. The background looks really weird. It's probably the clouds, I guess. Those are clouds. Here we go. See if I can ping. Am I sending? See what this is. It looks painted. Hand painted. Right. Need to do a quick hop. I'm gonna fly to a point of interest. It's like I'm flying into a background, it looks like. I'm not sure about that. See if I can hit a point of interest. Get just enough, hit myself just enough in that perimeter down there. Alright, let's see if I can jump to a lower elevation. Alright, let's get this thing right. Let's right the ship. Ah. Oh man, it's the yeah, it's barely. There we go, Tom. '07. How are you, sir? There we go, Kemi. 20-second delay. How are you, sir? How's the game for you? Is it responsive, and yeah, just chilling. Yeah, me too. Um, how's the game playing for you, sir? We get a some sort of point of interest here. Oh no, they weren't working. Oh wow. Okay, that's yeah. We can't have that. There was a what? A new what is it? There's a new there was a hot fix from the other day. Is that the case? Yeah, I think I wonder what the method is. I mean, going in knowing there's there's direction needed, or is the fixes coming across because you're saying you're still having issues. That's on mission side. But fundamentally, I'm wondering. So far, I haven't had any real issues, right? Other than maybe some odd mechanics and things that interacted with. But for the most part, everything seems to be working. But I think it feels like CIG's ready to get on with the more impactful pieces of the not the game but the engine, because it's time to bring that online. And I think it feels kind of redundant to, hey, I'm gonna put my best efforts in this existing system, but when I get to the newer system, I have to redirect energy into that. Obstruction. There's no markers really here on this planet. Let me see if I can find a point of interest. Something that for your guidance system to get you down into the system, or I mean the planet itself. Let me see if my navigation system is activated. No, it doesn't seem to be. Okay, let's see here. Just the orbital marker here, there. I think you just have to fly down. Yeah. I have to do that. Who's controlling it? Yeah, so we have what? Probably next week I don't know, do we drop or do CIG drop? Do they drop 410 by next week? It's ready. And basically, once that's dropped, what's next? Do we have 2 more patches? Do we have 2 more patches to go? Or 1 more? I don't know. I don't know the cadence right now, because it's like it kind of feels like it's every other month or something, or I know it's shorter than the every 3 month, 90-day period of dropping major things. But if it's something that is close to being released and it has a major impact that's going to help the engine, I think now's the time. So 410 is wave one. So probably next week to get it up to PTU for all, maybe, depending on how severe things are. We're already at wave one, 4.10. Echo is totally different now. I mean, from the previous actress, I think is at a jump in time. I don't know, but she's different complexion. But maybe they have maybe this new actress. I'm sorry that they have her locked as a character. They have a long-term contract. Maybe. Uh, I don't know. I don't know the case with this one, but it totally looked. Or is it probably just a retcon, right? And it's like, okay, here's Recco. You know her by name. She's going to give you the mission. We have her placed as the character. We're going to anchor that character. Um, so maybe that previous actress was not available for service. So now, this is an interesting thing with 410, though. The technical details: 9 known issues and 12 potential fixes. Fix 3 client crashes. Fix 2 server crashes. Continued conversion of CPU particles to GPU particles for improved performance. So it sounds like now they're going to offload and rebalance the engine and put more over to, or some over to the GPU. That will increase performance, which in turn will help overall. So that would be interesting. It looks, yeah. So that's good news. That particular tech improvement sounds good. But what is truly a fixed client, a server crash? What is the definition of that, right? Let's see something here. Let me research something. What is the true essence of that? Okay, a meaning of a fix. It says it usually means that a developer or support team has identified and resolved 2 separate server crash issues that were previously causing downtime or errors in the system, game, or application. In technical terms, a server crash refers to when a server stops functioning due to hardware, software, or network problems, often leading to downtime, data loss, or service disruption. A fix is a change or update applied to the code configuration or infrastructure to prevent or stop the crash from happening again. In game or service context. See here. But the crash itself can be sudden or gradual effect. and it can affect any type of server from physical hardware in data centers to virtual servers in the cloud. Okay. Why does it happen? Hardware failure, failing hardware drives, failing hard drives, overheating power supply, software conflicts, outdated OS, unpatched drivers, buggy apps, traffic overload from high demand or attacks like DOS, malware or cyber attacks, human errors such as misconfigurations or accidental shutdowns. Um, Possible resolutions, diagnosis, hardware repairs or updates or replacements, and then the result, servers are running normally and users can access them without errors. Prevention recovery strategies for server crash. Why it happens, not how to prevent it and recover from one. Network-related causes. Network problems including latency, congestion, packet loss, or distributed denial of service, DOS. Okay. Can prevent servers from communicating effectively, resulting in crashes. Insufficient bandwidth or lack of load balancing can overload servers during peak traffic, leading to unresponsiveness. So, hence, it sounds like this is where the need for server meshing is a priority, potentially. When the servers are kind of hit at peak, and the response of the server is crash. So it's got to be a way of, not saying controlling data, but allowing the software to manage itself or call upon resources as needed. Some sort of automation or processes that will alleviate high concurrency, and when it happens, something unlocks or a process initiates. It's some sort of back-end automation. It sounds to me that's where server meshing is kind of fitting the bill. Is it viable, or is there another solution? Okay, let me say, if I would say in gaming, if I can form this right. How did I write this question? Um, Okay, in gaming, how should development create a system to add additional servers when needed and recycle servers that have worked in long hours of processing? You're asking about scaling game servers dynamically while also retiring or recycling old work instances to maintain performance and stability. Here's a clear, practical approach that game development teams can follow. Use an, use an orchestration layer for automation. Uh, Kubernetes. Kubernetes with add-ons for game servers or container orchestration tools can automatically spin up new server pods when player demand spikes. Define horizontal pod autoscalers (HPA) or custom scaling controllers that monitor CPU, memory, and player count. Integrate with a matchmaking service so new servers are registered and ready for player routing instantly. Implement health and lifecycle policies. Track uptime, hours, and resource degradation. Example given: memory leaks, CPU throttling. When a server exceeds a set threshold, example given, 48 hours of continuous operation, mark it for graceful retirement after the current match ends. Use rolling replacement so new servers come online before old ones are terminated, avoiding downtime. Intelligent scaling triggers. Scale up. Trigger when player queues exceed a threshold or when average CPU memory usage is above 70% for a sustained period. Scale down. Trigger when player count drops below a threshold for a set time, shutting down idle instances to save costs. Recycling. Instead of just terminating, recycle by redeploying a fresh instance from the latest build image. Example flow. Monitoring, decision engine, orchestration, routing. If you like, I can design a sample architecture diagram showing how auto scaling and recycling would work in a multiplayer game environment. That would make the process much easier to visualize. Would you like me to create that? Holy smokes, man. Okay, so creating scalable backend architecture for multiplayer games. Scalable background architecture is crucial for the success of any multiplayer game. It impacts the game's performance, stability, and player experience in numerous ways. A well-designed, optimized backend architecture ensures that the game can handle the increasing number of players, game servers, and user-generated content without any lag or crashes. It also enables players to have a seamless gaming experience as they can join games quickly and without any delay. Moreover, a scalable backend architecture allows game developers to implement new features, update existing ones, and add more game content without affecting the overall game's stability or performance. It is critical to ensure that the game remains relevant and engaging for players in the long run. And the fundamentals of these backend architectural features is create a scalable backend architecture. It is essential to understand the fundamentals of that backend architecture. Load balancing, server types, and database management are critical components that must be carefully considered during the design and implementation of a backend system. Load balancing is the process of distributing the workload across multiple servers to prevent any single server from being overloaded. In a multiplayer game, the game servers must be able to handle a high volume of concurrent users, each sending and receiving real-time data. There are several types of servers that can be used in multiplayer game. There are several types of servers that can be used in a multiplayer game backend architecture, including dedicated peer-to-peer and hybrid servers. Dedicated servers are the most commonly used type, where each server is responsible for managing a group of players. Peer-to-peer, on the other hand, rely on the player's machines to handle the game logic, with only the necessary data being sent between players. Hybrid servers combine both dedicated and peer-to-peer models, using dedicated servers for game logic and peer-to-peer for communication. Maybe the social tools could be the peer-to-peer. Database management is also a crucial aspect of backend architecture. The game's data, such as player profiles, game stat, and other information, must be stored in a database that can handle a large number of concurrent reads and writes. But here are the challenges and the role of technology: creating a scalable backend architecture for different types of multiplayer games, such as massive multiplayer online, real-time strategy games, and first-person shooters present different challenges and opportunities. MMOs, for example, require more complex backend architecture that can handle thousands of concurrent players, while real-time strategy games require more robust backend architecture that can handle real-time updates and changes. That it sounds like it's both with Star Citizen, because if you're talking about updates and changes like strategy, that would be like a simulation of an economic system, right? So you're talking about a dual hybrid. Technology plays a significant role in creating a scalable backend architecture. Cloud-based solutions, containerizations, and microservices are popular technologies used in multiplayer games. Instancing is a microservice, is a form of that when you talk about instancing, right? Cloud-based solutions such as Amazon Web Service, and Microsoft Azure provide a scalable infrastructure that can quickly scale up or down based on demand. Containerization also containerization allows developers to package and deploy applications quickly and easy, while microservices allow developers to build and deploy small independent services that can be scaled independently of each other. Hanger module, anyone? Developing a scalable backend architecture for multiplayer gaming requires a significant investment in both time and resources. It is crucial to balance the need for scalability with budget constraints to ensure that the game is profitable without sacrificing performance and stability. One way to reduce development costs is to use cloud-based solutions that offer flexible pricing models based on the usage. This allows developers to scale up or down as needed without incurring excessive costs. Additionally, using open source technologies can also help reduce costs while maintaining scalability. Okay, so that's a breadcrumb right there. Open source technologies. Watch this. Open source technologies. So here's how I'm going to ask this question. Open source technologies see. Okay, open source technologies that help to reduce costs while maintaining scalability, or an MMO. Oh, Azramba is a free MMORPG. Oh, top 7 open source serverless frameworks for scaling. There's a top 20 source projects to help scale your application. There's one called Edge Gaps Fleet Manager. Reducing development costs with open source software, OSS TCO. But then, how secure is it though? I think that could be a solution using some sort of open source application to help with the MMO while leveraging expenditures. In other words, they can save money but also be able to scale up. And it's open source, but someone like Benoit could work on its back end and add some sort of data integrity feature to keep it secured. But there's the Kubernetes, Docker, Prometheus, Grafana, Agents, Apache Kafka, Elasticsearch, Redis, Memcached, Apache Hadoop, Console, etcd, Istio, Apache Cassandra, Aproxy, Terraform, Ceph, Kafka, Streams, OpenTelemetry, and Jenkins. Rounding out the top 20. Number one would be Kubernetes. Kubernetes is the leading container orchestration platform, enabling you to manage and scale containerized applications seamlessly. Hello, Benoit. Oh wow! So this is cool. I'm gonna put this in the link. Look this up, chat. I think you're gonna see this is interesting. Interesting, very, very interesting. But seems to be Kubernetes, also known as K8, is an open source system for automating deployment, scaling, and management of containerized applications. It groups containers that make up an application into logical units for easy management and discovery. Kubernetes builds upon 15 years of experience of running production workloads at Google, combined with the best of breed ideas and practices from the community. Planet scale, designed on the same principles that allow Google to run billions of containers a week, Kubernetes can scale without increasing your operations team. Never outgrow whether testing or running a global enterprise. Kubernetes flexibility grows with you to deliver your applications consistently and easily, no matter how complex your need is. Run K8s anywhere. Kubernetes is open source, giving you the freedom to take advantage of on-premises, hybrid, or public cloud infrastructure, letting you effortlessly move workloads to where it matters to you.
Good morning and welcome to Cloud Native University Day. My name is Courtney Nickerson. I'm very excited to be here with Kyle. We're going to be talking about the absolute beginner's guide to Cloud Native. But before we begin, it's just an absolute pleasure to be here with
Open
everyone.
source.
So thank you for.
And they're in Europe, Cloud Native University, Europe.
All right.
Before we dive in, let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing in today's session. Cloud Native can feel very overwhelming to people when they're first getting started, and that's what we're here to talk about, is learning and getting started in this space. There's so many tools, so many concepts to navigate and things that are going on. There are different ways of doing applications, of deploying them, of setting up your security, of observing what's going on, and it can be a little bit excessive. So today we're going to try to help with that by comparing getting started in Cloud Native with getting started in a brand new city.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to look at containers, which are the building blocks of our city. So we're going to introduce Kubernetes, and Kubernetes is our city planner. So it's going to make sure all of our containers are placed appropriately, our city makes sense. We're going to talk about service meshes, which are the roads and traffic.
Wait a minute, did he say what I thought he said?
City observability that helps us know everything's appropriately, our city makes sense. We're going to talk about service meshes, which are the roads and traffic control systems of our cloud native city. observability that helps us know everything that's happening in our city, and finally security policies to make sure our city is safe.
And my name is Courtney Nickerson. I am head of community for Nirmata, the creators of Kyverno. My background is non-technical. I got into tech and kind of done part of this journey in learning in the cloud native ecosystem, which is why I spend a lot of my time doing community events. I co-organize our cloud native meetup group in Bilbao in northern Spain with some friends. I also organize KCD events, a lot of other community organizing, but people are starting to move in very quickly. You're going to have more traffic, businesses want to come in to provide services, and so you're going to need some urban planning, you need some reliable transportation, you definitely need security so that things don't get too contamination or terrible trash pickup, which actually I live in a place that had that for a long time.
So it does have security. City culture, cloud native principles, scales efficiently with proper planning, recovers from failures automatically for resiliency, observable, monitors health in real time, also security enforces rules and protects against threats.
Build apps, but as things start to
for our new building, right? So we deploy that,
or whether it's just slow traffic down because there's somewhere else that's going to have a bottleneck.
Sensors placed all over our city, so we're actually watching and measuring all of the things happening around our city. Now we'll wait for.
You can kind of apply that sort of technology into the economic system flow in Star Citizen. I wonder if you could do that. That's interesting, man.
Okay, so we've talked about how the cloud native city
Kubernetes. Is this a gas giant? I don't know. Let's see. I'm probably trying to fly to a freaking. Yeah, it's a freaking gas. I'll just plant it in the pyro system. Let's plant it. Is it a gas cloud? Oh boy. Gas giant. That's what I thought. What the hell am I doing, man? I'm about to kill myself. Or fuel scoop. All depends. Okay, let's get to work. Yeah, I think the big splash is definitely Nick finishing it out, and the Genesis Tech, and probably, like I said, this is a rumor, but I kind of tend to think that they are close to finishing, because they said Planetary Tech 4 at that time. I heard distinctly Chris say, well, it took like 2 years. The Genesis, not the Genesis, but the Planetary Tech 4 took 2 months to redo everything. So how much better would this new system be? Even though it does add more characteristics, but it's really just pulling from its library. I think this extra time would be spent QAQCing to make sure everything is valid prior to testing by the community, or allowing the community to interact or go into this new system. But yeah, there's a chance that, that new system has shored things up and we're getting a revamp on everything, basically. Planet side. 07. Let's make it happen, Cap. Who's the master? Let's make it happen, Cap. Let's make it happen, Cap. Let's make it happen, Captain. Let's make it happen, Captain. Dolivine, so fine. 10. Get some minables. What's this, quasi grazer? What is that? Yeah, that means we have atmosphere. We have Atmo, baby. We have Atmo. Dusty ground. How are they surviving without vegetation? Well, that may change with Genesis now. I mean, because there may be logic with organics, life forms, right? You gotta have some organics that they could feed off of if they're vegetarian based. Dolivine, raw silicone. Ooh, computer chips. Computer chips. That would be interesting to craft computer chips for your logic for your components that perform UI analysis. Same thing with your helmet. Some sort of elements regarding that have to be included into the build. Right. Let me shield up. It's probably hand minables. Oh, no, it's... Got some Nite added in there too. I'll go for that silicone. This is the first time for me actually seeing silicone. Bring it up 10 points. There we go. He's heating up now. All right. Let's make it happen, Captain.
It's about that bottom line, baby.
All right, here we go. Okay, spiking. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. Come on, I'm starting over again. I'm just keep it in range. Come on, same story again, man. My VTOLs. I don't hear audio saying warning. That audio is gone. That's a bug. Was there a lack of memory on that you didn't hear the audio? Okay, I'm getting desync on my laser. Yep, server error. Here we go. I knew it. I was calling that one. It was like, something's a little odd going on. So something's going on. Definitely in server mode, server error mode. Okay, so there we go. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, damn. To recover it. Yeah, they need some scaling, man. Oh, I see now the cruise control is on. Let me reset. Here we go. Is it still here? It's there. Might have to sit it down. I'm out of sync. Oh, look at that. Okay, it's weird stuff going on now. Woo! I'm Alt F. Well, hold on. Alt F4. Reset myself. Yep. Oh, there's an update for live. Oh, wow. Damn it, man. Oh boy. Let's see what happens. Let's see if there's any news. Um, see if it'll put me right back where I was. Those shaders are moving fast as hell, though. I noticed that. I never seen that happen that fast. It may just put me right back. Yeah, that would be interesting if they also incorporated open source scalability. I don't know. That would be interesting. Help save them more money, and or allows them to reallocate resources. Okay, 1 position open in Austin, 10 in Manchester. Oh shit, put me back. How's it freaking pyro? But you know what, CIG, do what you gotta do, because I think it is a priority to get things aligned. Damn the gameplay, I don't mind. It's basically, we're just glorified testers right now. So there's no instant pushback because I was playing something, and that's all a part of this moving towards getting this game beyond alpha. So thank you for that. But I think the frustration would be, hey, that these fixes hold up. Are my efforts returned to me void? But yeah, it can be frustrating, but that's the testing aspect as well. Oh damn. I was looking at the website. But they did apply, you notice the optimizations in Nix now. Levski. We were making jokes. Lag ski, lag ski, it's not the case. Now that is an ongoing joke. NPCs. So one audio for audio programmer, game design, development management, game design vehicles. So yeah, different types of vehicles would be interesting. Let's see if I still have my miss. No, it's not there. It's out of range. Got to do a claim. Yeah, out of range. So what's the insured? Okay, go back. What do I have on the Raja? I want to keep that Torrent 3. I'm gonna keep that. That's 8K. Go back. Now I'm gonna go local. There and retrieve. The animation programmer, lead gameplay programmer, lead graphics a lead. They're looking for leads, man. The role is lead. That says a lot. Lead game level designer, a lead tools programmer. They need a QA specialist. They need another localization specialist. Development operation, marketing producer, mission designer. people coordinator, human resources, principal programmer, engineering programming, principal VFX artist, a producer, senior AI programmer. As I was stating earlier, CIG utilizing AI. So this is going to be interesting because it can go across all disciplines of the game engine by incorporating AI and finding those solutions to what's needed based upon the current state of the architecture. But I would incorporate that AI algorithm with open development, open source products as well. That would be my approach, CIG. But yeah, this position is a senior AI programmer. So they're looking, they're about to get serious with this. A senior character concept artist. They really want to dive into what we're talking about with Genesis. You know, even though there is procedural generation within that architecture, you need those senior gameplay animators, like creatures and things of that nature. Senior gameplay programming. They want to take the gameplay up to another notch, right? There are a lot of algorithms, complexities. Senior graphics programmer, a senior HR manager. Yeah, they're serious about it. Senior IT director, corporate operations, studio IT. So they're going to do corporate IT across 4 studios. I think Mike Jones is probably getting to a point he might want to retire. Who knows? But a senior IT director. What you'll own is a cost to infrastructure resilience plan for Manchester within 90 days tied to the Squadron 42 launch window. Okay, a clear IT charter jointly defined with the CTO, that's Benoit, that sets out how IT engages with development teams, what we measure, and how we are governed. IT budget and a multi-year investment plan tied to the commercial roadmap. Interesting. Senior level design, they need senior lighting artists, senior marketing artists, senior mission designer, senior motion capture specialist, senior principal UI programmer, senior producer, senior technical designer, senior VFX artist, social media manager, systems designer, technical animator, technical designer, technical producer, VFX artist, vehicle artist. I would imagine these disciplines are also going to be a part of the further iterations of Squadron 42, right? I can see that. But at the same time, they're ready to get really serious about this. And the fact that they are setting up the expectation is senior and lead positions. They're going higher. And I think that was the whole premise or narrative of, look at all these wonderful ships. They're creating more revenue because they're at a point that they're going for that top talent. And I think that talent lies in the how do I say it? The dissolving or the letting go of said talent that you know, that Microsoft and Sony had under their umbrellas when they released a lot of or they liquidated a lot of those development companies that, at one point in time they were just consuming all these studios, and it was almost like it was a competition between the two. But now they are just jettisoning all that talent because of costs and just overbloat and not having results from it. But I think, like I said, some of those positions are tied to the hip with Benoit, and I think with them actually seeking that level of expertise and knowledge, it's going to be some very remarkable changes we're talking about in the next couple of years with Cloud Imperium Games. And I would say Citizen Kilroy 07, I send it 07, Free Fly, yes. Sergeant Rico, Game Frozen, yes. It's not a 30K. It's some things going on with the servers, and I was just kind of discussing that. I went off on a rant. I didn't see you all in chat. I was reading from I was on the CIG website. 07 all. Hope all is well. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay. You grinding on the Kovalex. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing some drops, but also I'm attentively waiting for live 410 so we can get into that Siege of Orson. But yeah, some exciting stuff. I think CIG is going to really look for that talent that's out there now. And these are senior positions. I think they already know what they have with the current roles at Manchester, but they're looking for that high-level leadership, because I think the next iteration of Squadron 42 is they're going to look to up the ante. Even though we haven't received or it's been a release on Squadron 42, the initial Chapter 1, they're going to make sure they're getting all their ducks in a row, because if that thing proves to be very, very well written, and it deploys well, it plays very well, they're going to need those senior positions. But with that said, I think they have the opportunity to really lend to their expertise regarding what we're doing and what we're dealing with right now in the current state of the persistent universe. So they have an opportunity to go in and be very creative, but also show collaboration and leadership to where that knowledge needs to be applied in regards to what this game is lacking, or the persistent universe, to find out what it is lacking so that we can scale it up, get it to a state where we're ready to really expand on, having those concept features that was a part of the dream of Star Citizen, the economy, multiple planets, aliens, things of that nature that will really, really make this game stand apart from anything that's out there on the market. And knowing that the landscape has kind of shifted to the point where you don't see these prominent MMOs out here anymore. It's more of it's localized, more as single player aspects. Think of GTA, Grand Theft Auto. But on the side of a MMO, you have those main stalwarts that are WoW and things of that nature. That's Fortnite stuff. It is what it is. They have their niche. EVE Online, it has their niche. Elite Dangerous, it has its niche. But I think in the form of its highest potential, and it's on the verge of breaking through that, I think it's Star Citizen. Breaking through that point of it's reaching, or it's dialing in on its promise and its potential at the same time. I think that's what we're looking for and why we're here and why there's a constant stare down of, okay, it's going to change, it's changing. But that's very interesting of those roles in the UK. And Frankfurt, just 4 positions. But Montreal is another interesting one because that's where Benoit is. Oh yeah, engineering, programming, art, design, publishing, engineering, programming, engineering, programming, engineering, programming, engineering, programming, art. Almost like a corkscrew. Riding the crest. Riding that crest. I'm thinking that this may have changed somewhat because it's like I have to navigate, and it was almost muscle memory to me, and I'm realizing as I go through this, I'm doing different things in order to get through it. Seriously. Holy smokes, man. That jump tunnel changed on me. Something's changed about it. Let's try a bloom, maybe. 43.3. Go back to Pyro, it's the shortest distance. Oh, this is the county. Good knowledge of MySQL and Redis databases, especially for performance optimization and caching. Experience in microservice architecture. Let me look at these other issues. Let's see. Full stack senior, full stack developer. We translate that. Same databases. They need more people in that same database. Excellent mastery of complex state management, Redux, Duststand, and large-scale React applications. Let me look that up. Redux, Duststand. Debugging and testing. State management, intuitive API, and synchronous updates. Minimizes boilerplate code and offers a shallow learning curve, making it ideal for beginners and small projects. React management. Interesting. I think someone was asking, is there going to be another ship release because of Free Fly? Interesting. Positions, development operations. They're looking for specific things: development operations, engineering, programming. 19 open positions. Design 10 open positions. Aim for art 10 positions. Okay, here we go. Some iron. What's the state? Or quality state? Yeah, it's quite a few positions though. 41 across the board, but I think they've leveraged themselves in a good spot. I think they can handle that. They'll be fine. And I think it's going to work out for them. They're going to find that talent. But it just takes one to walk through the door that's the right fit. Why isn't my light working? Is it, wait a minute, is there another server? Hold on. My light should have worked. Sometimes I have to barrel through to see HUD, I believe. Nope. Lights. Hello. Good lights. I thought it was okay. Should work now. Fixed off. Star Citizen. Do that. Okay, there we go. We got light. Just quality level. 664 and 92% of inert. $325 is that quality level? I think someone was in here. I don't know, man. I can pass on that. Galacars. A grazer. Where's the organics to feed these animals? Desolate rock. Don't get it. Yes, sir. 07 unknown ghost. Yeah, there's a chance. I would not be too shocked though that when they decide to roll out Nix, presumably or potentially on the next patch after 410 drops, we might see some bit of server meshing with that. Those additional planets to kind of finish out Nix, and then what's left prior to 1.0 would be the Terra system, and before that, Castra would be on board. But how cool would it be to skip Castra and just go right to Terra? The hell. I did. It's pretty robust, man. You might have to give me some pointers on it. It's pretty robust. Yeah, I'm gonna use it for when we go live 410. Definitely. But yeah, I think regarding mining and the new planet system, I think we're going to see the next evolution of course, Genesis, Planetary Tech 5, but just how we manage in general, and not manage, but mine in general with these new planetscapes. That'll be very cool. But CIG's got a lot going on right now, and I think we're on a cusp of major change with the company as far as it transforming things. I think they are really chomping at the bit, bringing in. I have to update it. Okay, you might get. I definitely need some pointers. But man, it's gonna be a fun-filled weekend. I'm definitely gonna continue getting the drops for this channel and just go hard on that. But definitely want to have fun this weekend for sure. It's been a really strenuous work week. A lot. It looks like Marvel is up to its things, up to its old tricks again. But I definitely want to see the. Okay, that's cool. I definitely want to see Odyssey. I got to get that one in. But yeah, I think that could very well be patch 411, the finishing up of Nix, which will introduce the Genesis tech. But I suspect we may have it for the entirety of the system. Don't be too shocked though. But I've been wrong before. Smokes time is flying.
It's about that bottom line, baby.
Let's make it happen, Captain. Let's make it happen, Captain. Tungsten. Let's see. Nite is in that. So for Nite. Quality of the tungsten. Boulevine. Okay, we're back to silicon. I want to mine that. I'm curious about it. I gotta find out its value too. That's when I need that app. I know. And this is where the server error hit me with this when I was mining this material. Then I had to do an $8,000 claim, or 8,000 UEC claim on my ship. Raw silicone. Whew. Wait, man. It's been a busy week. Seriously. I might change out one or two component modules so I have a better window to work in. Play the backaway game. I think the audio is bugged out too. I'm not hearing audio. Like when I change the modes. Yeah, audio is bugged out. Could be a memory issue. Yeah, that's a massive delay. Oh, free flight. I send it. Your words are haunting now. Free flight. Hence the delay. They really got to get the server meshing or some sort of cloud technology, open source maybe, solution. That way it's no cost for them as far as running it open source other than just setting up security and tools to make sure it runs right. But see if there's some way they can integrate that on the back end. Get this stuff resolved and figured out with the servers. All Hephaestonite. And I'm sure Hephaestonite has some value in crafting, I presume. I'm not getting any readings. There we go. Oh, no audio or anything. See, warning. Doesn't take much for this to heat up. Warning, danger, shield attack. I wonder, would it be too radical for CIG to consider, or let alone go implement? If something is ready to go, you got to patch. It's like you can go for, it's wave one, staying aggressive on it and releasing it to live as soon as possible. Because anytime it goes to a wave, it's like, it should be a priority of just getting it turned around, and then from there just make sure, just get it into the PTU as quickly as you can, at the same time really manage the issues as it gets projected or sent out to a larger audience to interact with it. But but I don't know, should it be timetables now set up for, okay, there it is, it's basically ready, or just go ahead and send it to live, because it's blurring. There's a line that starts to blur between, okay, what state is live, what state is PTU, and if there is any valid differences, state them, and then let's have a debate on how severe they are in comparison to the live material. What's keeping that kind of mindset? I think this is a age and time now in the development of the game that maybe CIG can consider some things, especially, I think that may be a no bargainable situation in regards to release of special features, I guess. I don't know. You want to hold on to it to a certain degree of hype or suspense, and then you make it known. So it's promoting of products or promoting of features, or having these videos to kind of advertise it. So I get it. It's a marketing thing, and I don't know. It's a marketing thing versus the development that's needed. I think in this stage of development, that's where possibly the president takes place to get the game developed, because we're not having a gaming experience as much due to these little stop gaps of, hey, that's exciting, that's fun, but then you want to 07 FINRA. but then you want to interact and do those things that you advertise as fun. And it's like, how about allow me to play the game and then come up with something after the fact, as opposed to, okay, I want to get you excited. We've been here for years. We've been excited for the game, but we just now want the game. It's too much excitement as opposed to gaming. I think that's the narrative, or the imbalance that is leveraging why some of us kind of, I'm gonna wait I'll wait 3 or 4 patches or I'll wait until I see marked improvement that will allow me to play the game and have a mindset of, hey, I like the direction. Whereas you can't come up with that narrative in your mind as a community member who tests the game. As I'm saying that word of I'm playing the game. Make that UEC or getting materials for crafting. Both, yes sir. You know me, February.
It's about that bottom line, baby.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of like you, February, just waiting for 410 to go live and then see what the results, see what the aspects of, trying to see what the state of instancing. I'm saying, is instancing the future? Is it that gameplay feature that does not return void to us, right? That gives us that. Yeah, it'd be nice to see nostalgia speaking for that lore type of thing, and we come to that. It's in the memory of, hey man, I remember when it was this, the times we had. So it's heartfelt, definitely. But we need those improvements to say, hey, it's moving in the right direction, because now we can see potential of other locations that could do something off the beaten path of what Siege of Orson is, but its back end or its structure is based on, hey, you're getting into this locked in experience or interaction, and you're getting the full concept of it, so nothing is disrupted, so you can get a good gameplay flow going, right? And say, hey, this is fun, this is interesting. I want more of that because I'm actually playing the game. But yeah, back to full circle. I think that the priority could or should be, in comparison of, hey, I'm gonna hold this back to garner more excitement because it's a new feature. I think when it's kind of a gray area anyway, if it's where it goes to wave ones and things of that nature. I mean, for me, I don't think those. It's kind of getting. I think could it be that I'm giving the devs at CIG a little more or extra credit? Basically, based off of that conversation, the way that they're developing now. I mean, yeah, there's some extreme cases, but when you look at the comparisons of live and the new, wave 1, wave 2, all, wave 4, or whatever, the all waves, I think they've gotten to the point where it might even be easier to, once you get it past the Evocati and you give it one day of wave 1, I'd say skip the other waves, go from wave 1 to PTU for all, because I think the line line in the sand is kind of being walked over between, back and forth between live's experience and the, wave 1. It's not much difference in regards to what needs fixing, and that is the engine itself. So I think they've pretty much done a good job to kind of patch out, hot fix things to a point where there's more playability and optimizations. But until you get the true engine concept down and have all the valuable components that actually truly work together and work together well, then I don't know, change the narrative on the patch. The optics on the patch should change, because the devs have gotten to the point where they're good enough to get in there and do the necessary hot fixes to get those new features into live, and just let it keep pushing it, so that the gameplay in itself will allow us to maintain playing it, as well as keep the interest, and really start to figure out where the real bugs are, because we're able to play the game. And then I think the feature laden things can come after that. Because we're in the game, we're playing it. Yeah, of course we're gonna play those new features. It's kind of backwards. That's what I'm trying to say. Make it playable, add new features. Yay, I like it. Oh, you need to tweak this. Go back to game features. I think you'll be able to pull more people in on the marketing side, because they're in the game and they're experienced, and they can utilize something because they're playing a game. So I'm halfway there with the drops. So chat, I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna call it. This weekend I definitely want to jump in and do some things. But look at that link that I dropped in Kubernetes. I was talking earlier regarding open source MMO scaled backend architecture. It could probably help CIG. I think maybe they want to keep priority things, but maybe look into open source, because it will save them a ton of money, and they can just append to it certain things, parameters of security and things of that nature. But that would be really good, really cool to consider at least. Cut operating costs down and raise your profitability. Raise that so you can leverage and get those senior developers in that you want. 41 positions open in Frankfurt. all, all, all of that is one rock, I believe. At least it should have had high quality because you had to get in the nook and cranny of it. I think they want to get things ready for base building because I think Genesis will have that foundation ready for base building. If not, I don't know why it shouldn't have it built in for that. Uh-oh, server error, I think. Oh no, okay. A little pebble. Holy smoke. I don't like these rock formations. They look weird. No purpose. Just, I don't know, it's weird. I'm ready for Genesis. Yeah, I definitely intend to do Siege when it goes live. I don't want to spoil it. That I better call it. I got an early day tomorrow and some testing to do. So yep, I'm gonna bunk here on the planet and pick up where I left off. Right? That sounds like a plan. Bunk here for the night. I got Lux. I got warmth. I got clean oxygen. Bunk here for the night. Captain Stokey 07, aka Duval 07, sir. Okay, nice, man. How are you doing, man? I saw that. Football's back. Hey, this weekend, want to definitely get with you all and do some more mining, get some products. I don't know why I jumped back up. But we're on drops, Captain Stokey, so I'm gonna finish it out. Probably do just get 4 hours in on the weekend so we can get our skins and such. Man, I'm so tired. 07. There we go. Okay, I logged out. Everyone, '07. I'm gonna see y'all this weekend. I'm gonna finish this week out, get up early. But I'll get with you all this weekend. You'll see me, and we'll get those drops in. Very nice, man. Oh, that is cool, Cap. Very cool. I think I might have to put a music section. I do have a music section in Discord. Hit it up, man. Let's hear what you got. Hear those chops. All right, everyone. '07s. I'm gonna get some shut eye. Get ready for this busy work. Last day week. Got a lot to do. Yes, sir. '07s. All right, y'all. All the best. As always, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, Captain. All right, y'all. All the best. Yeah, we gotta get that Orson in, man. Gotta make that one happen. '07s, y'all. See you this weekend. Oh, Spider-Man. Uh-oh, look out. He's coming.